breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Obama in crosshairs after raid on his ex-CIA official's house reveals nasty plot to kill Americans. Barack Hussein Obama did everything in his power to take our country down. Whether it was emptying out his buddies from Gitmo, giving terrorists positions within Homeland Security, or making backroom deals with America's enemies, this man's evil antics truly knew no bounds. Now Obama's chilling ties to a former CIA official is raising eyebrows after authorities caught up to this man with a stash of documents that led to the lost lives of 20 Americans. According to breaking reports from Trump's DOJ, feds began to investigate Jerry Chun-Sheng Lee after uncovering some disturbing information from his past. From their investigation, they learned that while working for Obama's CIA, Lee had been also working as a spy for China, where he had been sending top-level intelligence back to the communist country, which did an incredible amount of damage to America's security, and also led to the deaths of 20 Americans. Breitbart reported. The federal government has arrested a naturalized American citizen who served in the Army and as a CIA officer for unlawfully possessing classified information that could cause exceptionally grave damage to America's national security, announced the U.S. Department of Justice, DOJ. Citing unnamed sources familiar with the case, NBC News reported that American authorities suspect the defendant shared top-secret information with Beijing, potentially resulting in the death or imprisonment of about 20 U.S. agents in China. Citing court documents that highlight a 2012 FBI search of the defendant's belongings, DOJ announced that the federal government found the accused spy, identified as 53-year-old Jerry Chun-Sheng Lee, aka Zhencheng Li, was in unauthorized possession of materials relating to the national defense. What's equally as chilling is this Chinese spy also served in U.S. Army from 1982 to 1986, where it's unclear what other acts of treason he engaged in while serving as a double agent for China. From the recent raid on his hotel room, federal agents found an address book containing the true names and phone numbers of assets and covert CIA employees, as well as the addresses of CIA facilities. The Trump administration said in a recent statement that they believe Lee has been spying on behalf of the Chinese government for quite some time. Now the question becomes, how connected was Obama to the Chinese spy? What's suspicious is that back in November, Obama broke federal law and met with the Chinese president as a civilian, which is a major felony that could land him 20 years behind bars. Why in the world is Obama meeting with the Chinese president, now that Obama is out of office? Was he in on Lee's espionage plot against America? Breitbart went on. Sources familiar with the case say he is suspected of funneling information to China that caused the deaths or imprisonment of approximately 20 American agents, in one of the worst intelligence breaches in decades, reported the news outlet. Last year, the New York Times, NYT, revealed that, beginning in 2010, the Communist Chinese government demolished CIA spying operations across the country, murdering or jailing more than a dozen sources over 2 years and crippling intelligence gathering there for years afterward. Perplexed by the cause behind Beijing's actions, current and former U.S. officials reportedly described the CIA breach as one of the worst in decades. Some American officials did suspect at the time that a double agent had betrayed the United States, a possibility that may be closer to reality than previously thought.